Hi, everybody. Let's try that again. It is a Monday night near Disney YouTube studio, and we are here to talk about all things Celebration Florida.
Information on celebration.
Well, many of you will watch this throughout the week anyway, but I wanted to make sure that the sound was on. There's been some changes with StreamYard, so it kind of threw me off a little bit. Got an offer on one of our properties, and so it kind of bounced me off of the system, but we are back on. We are back on. So thank you so much for watching. My name is Kim Hawk, and I've been a founding resident with my family here for going on 30 years. The town that Disney built is celebrating 30 years this year, you guys. And there's so much going on. So much going on. That's what we like to do on Monday nights. I have a show that talks specifically about celebration. And then on Wednesday nights, my Realtor Dream Team, because we are realtors, they have a show talking about the 25-mile radius around Cinderella Castle. And then on Friday or Saturdays, we do an evergreen show. Dee Bellavati, my YouTube producer, does a great job. We actually are going to show you some video footage that Dee and I did with some of our friends that went with us to Helio, which is a new restaurant that is like none other in the United States, as far as I can recall. I believe that they are only based in Brazil, and we've got a lot of great news to share about that. But let's talk about some other things. First, I wanted to give a shout out to these lovely people. These are folks that are friends of mine that we just came back from the Disney Wish. The Disney Cruise Line, you guys, is so easy to get to from Celebration, Florida. So those of you that are thinking about moving and you're thinking about, gosh, I'd really like to be able to be in a location that it's easy to drive maybe an hour and 15 minutes, drop my car off at the parking garage, which is literally right beside the cruise ship. It was $20 a day to park the car. And then you can go off for like a 4-night, a 3-night. Actually, we had said, wouldn't it be nice if we did a 4-night backed with a 3-night? And some people told us how that works. They don't even actually have you get off of the ship with that, which is nice. You can keep your luggage in your room. I think you have to go and look. You have to meet with somebody in order to kind of look like you're going off the ship and coming back on. But we had a great time. We had 3, actually my girlfriend Tara and her best friend came. Her husband was working. So that's Dee Dee and Tara to the left. And then you guys hear me talk a lot about my friends with Whistle While You Work. They have a YouTube channel, Melissa and Paul Pruitt. And then, of course, my husband Rod. He's got the hat on in the back. And that is actually a shot from a cabana that we all rented together. And it makes it so much smarter, I think. If you didn't get a chance, go to Near Disney YouTube channel and watch a video that the girls did. We called it the 3 Amigos. And we referenced Melissa's first Disney cruise. She's been on other cruises, obviously. And then I was kind of like the person that was in the middle, that we had gone many times, but not near as many times as Tara. And then we also had a girlfriend, Deb, who was on the cruise line, who this was her 45th time. And so we have lots of great insight on things that will be helpful if you ever consider going on a cruise. Rod and I have done other videos on other cruise lines. And of course, you know, Disney is our favorite. And it was great. Not only did we get to see Deb on the cruise, but we ran into other Celebration residents. We got to see our friends Laura and Martin. We got to see the Nelson family. They were doing Kate's birthday. Linda Stiver was there with Elizabeth. And so we were turning every corner. We were seeing friends, and we just kept getting a bigger crowd and enjoying each other's company. And there's nothing like going out on a cruise ship, having your own balcony, your veranda, and looking out at the ocean and just relaxing and spending quality time with folks. So you guys, please check out our video. There's a lot of great details. And thank you to my friends who spent time going out together, because those are memories we will not forget, right? All right. So this week, very important week, Holy Week. And as many of you know, I'm a contemporary Christian singer as well. And so been very involved with Easter week over the course of the 30 years here in Celebration. And, my friends at Compress, they do a Holy Week experience that I think you want to know about. It is at 511 Celebration Avenue. It's outside. They already did Palm Sunday, obviously. They had Jesus from Holy Land, the actor that plays that, come in on a donkey on Sunday, and they did their Palm Sunday. And they also have Maundy Thursday coming up. Good Friday is coming up, and of course, Easter Sunday. They will be doing a 6:30 a.m. sunrise service at Lakeside Park. We have an 8 a.m. traditional service, 9:30 contemporary service, and 11:11 service, it looks like, for this year. So that is Compress. And of course, I am singing at Illuminate Church, which is 7899 Sinclair Road. We're going to have services at 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m. So 3 services there as well. It's within 10 minutes. If you would like to come out and say hi, you've got my number, 407-808-9845. Consider this an invitation from me to you and yours. Sometimes people only will come out to church on Easter or Christmas, and so consider this a personal invite from myself. I'd love to see you, introduce you to a lot of good people too with Illuminate Church. And of course, we've got other great churches in town. Corpus Christi, the Catholic Church, wonderful, wonderful. There's a community church right by the Advent Health, all kinds of good stuff. So please remember that you are all invited. And there's Easter brunches coming up. So let's talk about the Easter egg hunt and the Easter egg brunch at Celebration Golf Course at the Clubhouse Celebration. So it is Sunday, April 5th, 2026. The egg hunt is at 10:30 a.m., 11:30 a.m., and 12:30 p.m. Breakfast is 9:30 to 1 p.m. You do need a reservation for that. Registration is required for the egg hunt as well. So that is Celebration Golf Course. And I always thought it was a fabulous thing because in the early days of Celebration, our telephone numbers are 407-566 and then 4 numbers. Well, I knew the Celebration Town Tavern had gotten 407-566 clam. If you ever look at the telephone number, if you want to call the Celebration Town Tavern, great restaurant, great family. Susan Bona and her family are well loved. But the Celebration Golf Course is 407-566 Golf, GOLF. So it's very easy. So call them, let them know if you're going. We have been to that brunch before. It's great. I also wanted to mention to you that I was making some phone calls to some friends. The Wine Imperium, they do a brunch and they do them on Sundays. So for those of you that are interested, from 9:30 to 1 p.m., they have a wonderful brunch at the Wine Imperium. Don't forget about Leanne and the wonderful Wine Imperium. Hey, Bernie, thanks so much for watching. Love you so much. Thanks again for watching. And then after 2 o'clock, they're doing 25% off of select menu items at the Wine Imperium. And if you mention seeing this on Near Disney YouTube, I believe they're going to do a special Easter appetizer for you for free. And that's sweet. So thank you, Leanne. So you guys don't forget about the Celebration Wine Imperium. That area, downtown Celebration, is absolutely gorgeous. And 9:30 to 1 p.m. I'm looking at all kinds of stuff that looks fabulous. Biscuits and gravy even is a possibility. Celebration Wine Imperium. All right, so let's remind everybody as well, the Celebration Egg Hunt. Celebration Egg Hunt, that is the town egg hunt. That is going to be Saturday, April 4th from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m. That is at the Celebration Community Field Complex, which is located behind the Celebration Library, that big field that is off of campus. So behind there, the doors open at 8:45 a.m. The bunny rabbit's going to be bunny photos are at 9 a.m. And they will start stair stepping it as far as ages for the kids to have access to the thousands of eggs that are dropped back there. If under 2 years old, they start at 9:30 a.m. 2 to 4 year olds, it is 9:45 a.m. 5 to 7 year olds, 10 a.m. 8 to 10 year olds, 10:15 a.m. And the bunny photos cut off at 11 a.m. The event ends at 11:30 on Saturday too. Pretty great. Yes. Yes. Thank you. Yes. Thanks for watching. Now, don't forget, we have a celebration farmers market on Sundays, which is a huge, huge hit. And now there's a little bit of a side event, which is on a Saturday, not the same group, but it's very well done. Once Upon a Magic Market. And that is the theme this time is living with the market, grow something magical. That is going to be on Saturday, April 11th. Saturday, April 11th from noon to 5 p.m. And if you didn't get a chance to see my girlfriend Melissa with Whistle While You Work, she did a video on the one that they did prior. I think they're going to do 4 during this year. And it's free for people to come in and you can buy some really cool specialty items that they do. And it's themed and just tons of fun. All right. So my friend Edward, actually, we need to say Edward is a correspondent with Near Disney. He's great about sending me all kinds of information for us to include so you don't get left out. There's an Easter appetizer event on the 3rd of April, which is Friday. It seems like the Art Circle, that group tends to try to get together on Fridays, and they meet outside of Island Village Clubhouse. The Island Village Clubhouse this Friday, April 3rd from 10 a.m. until noon. 10 a.m. until noon. Hey, Elijah, thanks for watching. So what they're going to do is encourage you to bring an appetizer and or non-alcoholic beverage so that you can share. And then all these people that are very artsy are going to be drawing, and it's going to be a lot of fun. So for all of you artsy folks, don't forget about that. And then Edward also sent this information too on Saturday, April 11th. So not this Saturday, but the following Saturday from 5:30 to 7:30 p.m. There's going to be an art and wine festival at the Malia, I believe. Yes, at the Wilson at the Malia. So don't forget about that wonderful location, the Malia at the front of Celebration. They do tend to have some special events. I'm actually working with Celebration Social on possibly putting something together for everybody coming up soon with that too. All right, so this Friday, April 3rd, I'm telling you, there's all kinds of stuff going on in this town, and if you blink, you might miss it. But the Celebration Golf Club, Ryan Timonini, who's the general manager over there, he's doing so many great, creative, wonderful things. And they're going to have an outdoor movie night, and that is Happy Gilmore is going to be played, and it's going to be outside. The movie begins at 8 p.m. this Friday. I think Rod and I might even try to go out there. That sounds like fun. The weather's so great. Hey, Marsha Butler, thank you for watching. So Celebration Golf Club, they're going to have a bar set up that you can buy drinks. I think they're going to have free popcorn, maybe some free goodies, and you're going to be able to sit out underneath the stars, excuse me, and be able to watch the movie. Now, they are asking you to RSVP online. So Celebration Golf Course, please go and let them know that you have interest so that they know how many people to prepare for. And remember that telephone number is 407-566-GOLF, GOLF. Yeah? All right. So I know I was downloading so much information. I don't want this thing to crash on me because there is so many good things coming around this town. There is a lifelong learning event that is free. And our dear friend, Tom Atkinson, sent this to me. He, let me tell you, Tom is a fantastic trumpet player. And so he is putting on one of the lectures, and I believe it's April 14th, New Orleans Pralines from scratch. So he's making some people might call them pralines, but pralines. And Tom's going to play some music. And the write-up says, discover how to make melt in your mouth pecan pralines with authentic New Orleans ingredients, techniques, and a dash of live jazz. Enjoy the sights, sounds, and aromas as we cook together. Jazz tunes playing, pralines simmering, and take home a complete recipe with step-by-step instructions. Along with the way, you'll hear stories from the Crescent City's culture and taste the rich blend of Louisiana pecans, cane sugar, fresh milk, and creamy butter. Come stir up some sweetness and let the jazz set the mood. As we say in New Orleans, laissez les bons temps rouler. Let the good times roll. So that's Tom Atkinson. You don't want to miss that. April 14th. And you are going to be going to the Windsor at Celebration. And let me see if there's anything else I can tell you. Lifelong learning. And this would be important to note. It is on Tuesday, April 14th from 3 p.m. to 4:15 p.m. in Windsor's Celebration Center. It's so nice to have that building and have everybody involved so you can see how nice that area is too. So anyway, don't miss Tom Atkinson with that. We've been talking about, we have a storybook home that is available and the price just changed. It is super close to downtown Celebration. It's actually the most economically priced home that is within that main village of Celebration that's available right now. So the price is $969,000 and they are giving $10,000 paint / project type of thing because this house has been renovated. But of course, many times people may like a certain type of paint, different paint color or whatever. So if you have any interest and you want to be as close to downtown, but feel like you're not on a busy street, because Lake Evelyn is an area that has a lake and you're going to walk this pathway that takes you right behind the inn at Celebration. And there's just a handful of homes that are there. This house is really beautiful and it backs to conservation. So there's no one behind you. And like I said, it's the most economically priced home that's in the main village area of Celebration. It does have a bedroom on the first floor and a full bath. They did an expansion on this house. So this house is larger than most of the houses in that area. And we're very excited about it. And I know that Elijah and his team are doing a lot of open houses recently on it. And I just wanted to make sure everyone was aware of that. Okay, I am seeing that we are going to try to add, oh good, so far so good, you guys, because I was nervous because it did crash before. So we're going to try to add some video now. Because every once in a while these systems change, and when they do, it becomes a little scary. Here we go. Okay, I see it. So let me put this video up for you. Okay, hang in there with me. Hey everybody, it's Kim Hawk with the Near Disney YouTube channel, and I've got to tell you, this is going to be the biggest hit of Central Florida, let alone Celebration, Florida. We brought a group of 6 people in tonight for the soft opening, and they have an opportunity where you can buy off the menu, where you get to sample a whole bunch of different things. Let me tell you, you're not going to go away from here hungry at all. Everything. Oh my gosh, you guys, everything was excellent. As many of you might recall, I tell the story about how I worked with Emeril Lagasse for 5 years, and I love Emeril Lagasse. He's had incredible restaurants, but I got to tell you, I think Emeril would love to come here to be able to come to your restaurant in Celebration, Florida.
Thank you.
We are from Brazil. We have our rodízio, all you can eat pizzas and pastas.
And one price, so come here and come to it out.
It was wonderful. We were actually saying that the dessert pizza is actually so unique, you can't find that around.
We've had an extraordinary time tonight, absolutely. It's been a great experience.
We now have fine dining in Celebration.
unique.
Gnocchi is perfect. And the pizza, we have the real flavor from Brazil.
Dee and Daniela were with us too, and I think she liked one that had bananas on there.
Oh, yeah.
And then we have risotto that was mind blowing. Everything was fantastic, you guys. And they have this special thing that if you want, you can pay, I want to say it's like $31, and you get to sample a lot of different things. They just kept bringing dish after dish after dish to us. Yes, everybody from Julia that greeted us, and Gabriel, who's the general manager, and then Chef Faye. He had a lot of energy.
It was so nice.
So nice, so nice. So anyway, if you come back, you're probably going to see Raquel and me back here again.
For sure.
I know a lot of people are going to be seeing this from Celebration, Florida, but all of you people that are staying at the Disney resorts, because you know we're just maybe 10 minutes away. You could be staying at any one of those wonderful resorts. You want to call and make a reservation here. You're not going to regret it. And make sure you subscribe and like to the Near Disney YouTube channel. We're going to talk a lot about these wonderful people, our new friends in Celebration, Florida.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.
It truly is a magical place to live, you guys. And Don Helio is in the new section of Celebration. So it's Celebration Point, as if you were driving towards the intersection of World Drive and Celebration Boulevard, going towards the new Publix. And it is a corner unit. It looks fabulous, looks fine dining. It was so great to see Dr. O'Leary and Kathleen and Debbie. And actually it was Didier's birthday this week, so happy birthday to him. And then we had the pleasure of having Raquel and Sandro, who I've talked about. They have a great construction group. They're from Brazil. And of course, Dee and Daniela and Rod and I went. And the food is like, you won't be able to really experience this anywhere else that I'm aware of. They had a tasting type of thing where it was all you could eat type of thing. If you wanted, was $31 or $33 per person. And it would start off with maybe some carpaccio, some gnocchi, risotto, Brazilian pizzas, which tastes different from American pizzas. They had dessert pizzas as well. And just like the risotto, spectacular. And of course, they have other items on their menus like steaks. And you got to see the general manager, Gabriel. He's a sweetheart. We got to meet his dad, Helio himself. And then Chef Felipe is extraordinary and very much hands-on. So Andres, the server, Julia, the hostess, it's a big home run. And they are open from 11 a.m. to 11 p.m. every day. And I believe that tasting menu starts at 5 o'clock each night. But enjoy it. I hope you like that. And please give them our best if you go in there. So someone just asked, thank you guys so much. You were just asking me some more questions. Let me see if I can find that for you. I'm going to show you another video. As long as the computer does not crash on me, I promise I will show it to you. Let's see. Here we go. Well, I tell you what, it does not want to show, but that's fine. So anyway, 839, thank you again. 839 Lake Evelyn is the house that we were talking about that is close to downtown Celebration. Let's see, we're going to try one more time just in case. When you ask for things, I want to make sure that we are able to provide it. And here we go. Okay. Very good. So you can see how close that house is to downtown Celebration. And with the weather being so spectacular, we have over 25 miles of walking and biking paths. And we just feel very blessed that we get to enjoy this beautiful area. And when you're that close, you get to enjoy wonderful the town tavern, Reggiano's, the downtown diner, the Wine Imperium, the lakeside area that's downtown, all kinds of activities, all kinds of fun that's going there. And of course, there's tennis courts and basketball courts and all kinds of good stuff. So now what I'd like to do is I want to share, because we do this every week. And let's see, here we go. This is one of the things that I'm asked the most of. That is what I see as a realtor up on MLS. And it shows me exactly what is going on in this community. Elijah and myself have been doing the show every Monday for going on 3 years. So we feel very much like we have our hands on the pulse, fingers on the pulse of what's going on in Celebration. And we think you should too. If you own here, it's good for you to know what your values are of your home. If you're thinking about buying here, it's good for you to know what the market is like. So within the last 7 days, we do a report what's happened in the last 7 days. So there have been touch points of 26 touch points in the last 7 days. 9 new actives. 9 new actives is what I'm seeing up here, but I'm also seeing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 pens. So 7 properties have pended. So just a little bit more has come on the market than come off of the market. And then there are 9 solds. And we're happy to report, let's see if I can pull this one up. This is a beautiful house that we had the honor of representing. Let's see if you can see it. We had the honor of representing the buyer of this property. It was on Water Street, and we couldn't be happier for her and her family. And they wanted to be super, super close to downtown Celebration, and that definitely is. And they're going to be able to enjoy many, many, many years with family, just stroll into downtown Celebration. All right, guys, let me see if I have any questions. I'm seeing a lot of love. Thank you guys for your love. Hey, Tara. Oh, thank you, Tara. Thanks for, I'll give you a call soon too. Thank you for watching. Give my best to Ray. I don't know. Let me see if you saw this, because you might have missed this. Look at that picture. Look at those folks, Tara. So I was talking about how much fun it is to be able to travel with loved ones. And so Tara's in this picture with her best friend, Dee Dee. And then we've got our friends from Whistle While You Work. Melissa and Paul Pruitt, and of course Rod and I. And I just can't say enough about how great it is to have the Disney cruise lines so close. You know, there are other cruise lines, of course, close by, but it was just so seamless. And Tara was so fabulous. She really needs to get hired by Disney, in my opinion. So all those Disney people that are watching, I want to let you know there's a woman by the name of Tara that should be representing Disney right now. She helped keep us so organized and had organized this wonderful cabana. This is the cabana that is on one of the islands that we visited, and it was wonderful. It provided you shade. It had lounge chairs. It had a mini fridge with Diet Coke and waters, and then it had a dining room table in there. They at some point served lunch, so we could bring the lunch back and sit together on the dining room table. It had music playing. It had a button you could push in case you needed something. It had sunscreen available. I could tell you it went on and on and on and on. But when you are on an island for the entire day, you will really enjoy that. And it just made so much sense when you had 3 different groups coming together and splitting that fee. It was perfect. And who knew about that? Tara. Tara was on top of it and helped us with that. And then we were all, we just had a really great experience. And it was so wonderful to see so many Celebration residents there. Once again, it was wonderful to see Deb Haggerty there, and Laura and Martin, the Nelson family, Linda Stiver and Ollie, and just so many people. And it was nice. Our table just kept getting bigger and bigger and bigger with friends. And that's what the town of Celebration is all about. You're going to meet people that will be lifelong friends. And I just can't say enough about how fabulous it is to live here. All right. Do I see any questions other than I'm just seeing a lot of people say they're sending a lot of love? Well, enjoy this Holy Week, you guys. Hopefully I'll see you around town. Once again, I'm inviting everybody, if you'd like to come to Illuminate Church, please text me, let me know you're coming so I can come out and say hi. I'll be singing. But there's a 9 a.m., 11 a.m., and 1 p.m. service there. And there's lots of churches in this area that would love to have you too. And my number is 407-808-9845. If we can ever help you, we would love to help you buy or sell a home here. That's what we do. And it's a real honor for us. All right. Okay, guys. Well, until Wednesday, when Elijah and his team come on, enjoy your week. Bye-bye.
Make sure that you subscribe and like so that we can continue to give you up-to-date information on all things that are going around the 25-mile radius of Cinderella's castle, because this is truly a magical place to live.